Happy Valentine's Day to you. Welcome back to the show. All right, we're going to switch gears a little bit here. We're not going to be talking about love or anything like that. Today, we're talking about breakups. How to cope with them when they come, if they're, they come by surprise or not. What's the first thing to do when you break up, and if you have any tips on how to cope with this?
I have a lot of tips to provide, but I think the first thing to do is to allow yourself to go through the grieving process, to acknowledge the fact that a breakup is a loss, and that you might need time to allow yourself to feel all the feelings that you need towards it: anger, sadness, maybe even guilt, relief. And so you need to give yourself permission to do that. Let's
get to some of the tips, because like you say, it is a grieving period. You spent sometimes years or lots and lots of time with the same person. Let's get to some of the tips, or if there's certain steps, because also through the breakup and through time, your feelings and yourself everything's going to change, right? It's going to evolve in some kind of way.
So I think the first thing that's really important is to say to yourself, okay, I'm going through a grieving period. I'm going through a loss. The first thing is to make sure that you maintain a healthy lifestyle. So you make sure to keep your sleeping patterns, your eating patterns, exercising as regular as possible. You keep your routine as much as possible, and you don't make any major life decisions at that time, because you're making them from a place of
a very emotional standpoint.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else? Sometimes you have to be around your friends, be around people you love.
Yeah, that's for sure. So make sure that you surround yourself around loving people, that you give yourself time. I often recommend for some of my clients to put themselves on what I would call an obsession diet. So the idea of an obsession diet is that you would give yourself, because you think a lot about your ex when you're going through the process of
everything
grieving.
Reminds you of them, right?
Right. So you allow yourself, it's part of like thought control, so you allow yourself time to mourn each day. So you'd say, okay, let's say you need to give yourself 5 minutes every hour. And then after a week of doing that, you'd say, okay, I'm going to give myself 4 minutes every hour. And you're kind of slowing down the process.
And going towards doing a little less every day. There's a whole other situation is at one point you have to realize that it's over. A lot of people, stay in touch in multiple different ways, and that's not a good thing to do.
No. So it's often referred to as I say to my clients, it's opposite action of love. So it would be the opposite action of love. When you love someone,
away.
Right, stay away.
As far away as possible.
As far away as possible. When you love someone, you want to be close to them, you want to spend time with them, you talk about them a lot. So opposite action would be to do the opposite. To keep your distance, to distract yourself from them. So that would be.
And then the more extreme case, a little bit, is when you have to seek for help.
Yes.
See a psychologist and go into therapy.
Of course.
And those that obviously don't want to get to that. Well, Jewel Perlin, thank you very much for all those tips. Today is Valentine's Day, you guys. Hopefully, no one will be needing any of those tips today or for the days to come. But Jewel, thank you very much for coming back.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you soon.
Yes, for sure.
Guys, we'll be back right after the break. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Think of all that we've been through.